Well, hey there, family. I hope you guys are doing fantastically well. I hope things are off to an amazing start for you so far this year. And boy, can you believe it? It is tax time already. It is time for us to jump into filing 2024 taxes. Exciting stuff. Yes, I know. And so here, as always, I want to give you a rundown of everything that's going on, what we have going on internally, what we have going on at the IRS, so you guys have a good foundational basis of what you can expect this upcoming year as we, get tax season kicked off, as we start processing your tax return. As always, we are always trying to make sure we give you the most seamless and hands-on experience with Crew Prep CPA, and we have a lot more changes in which we are doing that we are very very excited about. So I'll go over those in just a bit as we go over some of the hot topics around the tax and business world. So let's jump into it. All right, so I've got to ask y'all. Here we go. Let's have a little bit of fun as we get started. What do S Corps and Ghost have in common? Any takers? They are both pass-through entities. Yes, I know. I know. Um, I hope you know what a pass-through entity is if you are an S corp or a partnership, because yes, that means that that income passes through to you from your business, passes through, just like Ghost. And because I know you couldn't have possibly gotten enough, do you ever wonder why it's called a Form 1040? Because for every $50 you earn, the IRS gets 40 bucks. That is exactly why. We did hard research on that, and we have found that's why they name it the 1040. So, hope that gave you guys at least a mini chuckle. So, let's jump into it. Super excited about this. We are always on a never-ending quest to make tax season smooth and as seamless as possible for you. Not that the IRS always helps us with that, but we still want to try as best we can. So here's one of the things that we have done this year. We have switched over to what we call tax advisory services. So you may have seen our emails on this. If not, no worries. I'm gonna still give you the rundown. What this means is we want to partner with you year round. We want to have a better idea of where you land throughout the year so that it makes tax season that much easier once we get there. Because I don't know if you know this, but there are actually two tax seasons, right? There's tax paying season, which is January through April, as we prepare, put together taxes, that whole deal. But then there's tax saving season, which is May through December. That is what we want to capitalize on. If you have a business, if you have investments, if you have a W-2, there's ways to tax plan even on the W-2 with itemized deductions. We want to make sure that we are leveraging all of that and we are saving you as much money as possible. We have the information, we have the knowledge, and so we want to impart that on you to make sure that your tax season is always smooth, you always know where you are, and so that there are no surprises during tax season, and it makes the beginning of the year that much smooth as you start to prepare taxes. So what does that mean? As I mentioned, year-round partnership, strategic planning. What we're doing, we want to meet with you throughout the year. We have different payment options as well for these services. You can break these up over a few months if need be, and you will have different package levels that you get to choose from. VIP, which is like the first class of tax prep. You have essential, and then you have basic as well. So just depending on what fits your needs best, how much hands-on help you need, how much tax strategy you're looking for, how much you're willing to save, how much you want to save. Because if you select VIP, that means that you get a a potential $12,000 tax savings guarantee because we feel as if we can save you that much. So those are kind of the major changes that we are doing internally. So just to kind of give you the rundown of our advisory services. So I'll let you kind of dive in. I'll just kind of touch on a couple things. As I mentioned, tax savings guarantee for our VIP packages. We have a scheduled tax return process this year. I think this is going to be huge and pay you great dividends because we want to find ways to give you excellent customer service. So what this means is you get to choose the date you want to submit your organizer, all your docs to us, and then we will tell you what day your return will be done. Just as long as you make sure that you are, responsive during that time. Usually, if you answer with us within a day or two, should be just fine. But we want to streamline this process, make it as simple as possible. You pick your date, we tell you when it's going to be done, just as long as we get good back and forth between there. You will have a concierge document collection meeting. So as you fill out the organizer, if you have any questions, we can book a meeting with you to help walk you through that process. We have a tax return tracker where you can track every step of the process of your tax return from when it first starts now to when we get it filed and submitted with the IRS. We have a new app as well. We have a new app, and the portal is built into our new app. So we decided that we needed to build something more streamlined, more simple, more easy for you to get into, and that's what we've been working on. And so we are super excited to roll that out to you. We will no longer be using it for returning clients who have been in the TaxDome portal. We will no longer be using TaxDome as of now. So we will exclusively be using our very own Prep CPA app, which we think will give you guys great benefits and dividends. But we want your feedback once you get into it. Upfront pricing. You will know your tax investment amount right up front. So there's no guessing. We can split that investment up, all to have a stress-free tax season for you. So when we plan, what does that mean? We want to have meetings with you throughout the year, just so that we make sure that everything is very, very smooth for you. Additionally, that we want to handle any IRS notices for you. So we figured that the best way to help our clients is to take the IRS off of their plate, right? So we are going to do that. And on top of that, we have a IRS noticing and account monitoring system that we can look into your IRS file and let you know if there's anything that looks weird that they're looking at that you might get a potential notice on, and we can send you those reports either monthly, quarterly, or annually, just depending on which package you choose. We're going to have audit protection. IRS is ramping up on audits. They've got a lot more funding in, so we want to make sure that you're covered. We want to have dedicated times throughout the year, as I say, during tax saving season to help you. And then if you need bookkeeping, we can help with that if you own a business. And then also, if you choose our tax planning, then we will eliminate any surprise tax bills because we will build your tax return throughout the year with you. All right, so let us know if you have any questions on that. But let's get to some of the stuff in the tax code this year. So we have adjusted tax brackets this year. So they have actually adjusted these for inflation. So let me quickly show you. I know this might look like a foreign language to most, but what this means is they adjusted the brackets back a little bit, meaning if you made the exact same amount of money this year that you did last year, that you will actually pay just a little bit less in tax. And so, perfect example, if you are married filing joint and together you guys make about $200,000, then that means you pay 24% in taxes. So that means if you are setting aside 24% in taxes and you make, say, $225,000 joint, then that is your tax bracket with the deductions and different things that we have, that we plan on, that we try to write off, all those different things. This can bring this amount down a little bit, but just I want you to kind of know, and we'll go through this when we finish your returns. But this is just how it goes. Like, hey, if you make $225,000 and you're married filing joint, you're paying 24% in taxes. Same thing if single. Let's say you make 150 and you're single, well, you're paying 24% in taxes. So, FYI there, they have adjusted those to help us out just a little bit. There's new standard deduction. These are the standard deductions. Married filing joint, $29K. Single is $14,006. So part of our planning, as I list here, this doubles as the target amount for hiring your kids in your business. For those of you with kids that are under 17 and own a business, this number is huge because this means you can pay your kids $14,000 a year, and that can be a tax deduction for your business. Of course, questions on that, let us know. That's what we're here for. That's why we're moving to tax advisory, so we can plan with you. But otherwise, Think of this. If you are single and you own a house and you have charitable contributions, then those amounts need to be over 14,600 for us to get an additional tax benefit. So those are the major things that go into that number. Just think there's four major parts. There's uh, medical bills, there is state and local taxes, SALT taxes, which is usually real estate taxes, or if you are in a state with state taxes apply, or sales taxes as well for a state like Texas. There's also mortgage interest and then charitable deductions. So all of those numbers play into this. Of course, send us your documents. We want to get that together for you. Contribution limits. So for your 401k, I hope most of you max this number out. It was 23K. But here's the good news. You can still contribute to your IRA and HSA up until April 15th, or if we extend your return, you can actually make 2024 contributions up until October 15th if you have a extended tax return. So FYI there. All right, so a little bit of business tax planning. So profit sharing. If you have your own business, let's talk about maybe setting up a retirement plan in your business, because you can contribute $69,000 to your own 401k. Business mileage for 2024, it is going to be 67 cents a mile. So we want to make sure we have all of your business miles. So if you don't know how to track that, let us know. We have a couple apps that we can suggest for you. But 67 cents a mile, that is no small number. So every business mile counts, and this gives you a great deduction. There are some limitations on bonus depreciation this year. This has been shifting downwards with the new presidential administration. There's talk that this might be changed, but right now it's back to 60%. Self-employed health insurance. So this is a deduction for any health insurance that you pay for yourself, for your spouse, for your kids under 27. So if you are self-employed, let us know about your premiums. We're going to ask, but we want to make sure that we get you that tax deduction. BOI. You guys might have heard about BOI in the news. It's been kind of going on everywhere. So what this means is, and it has been back and forth. It's been in the courts and not been in the courts. It's been approved. It's been rescinded. So much information on it over just the last few months of 2024. However, here's the thing. As of current, we'll see how this changes moving forward, but it is currently voluntary. It was mandatory at first, then it was non-mandatory, but currently it is voluntary. So we still suggest filing the BOI just because it gets it off your plate. It's no more information than what's on your LLC documents anyways. So that's what we personally suggest here. Also, another note, 1099K reporting. This is huge this year. So you guys might remember this was in the news for the past couple of years, where it used to be back in 2022. So what a 1099K is, if you receive any business payments from like Zelle or Venmo or Zelle, different things like that, different platforms, those third-party platforms. It used to be 20,000 was the limit. Then the IRS said they wanted to change it to 600. They put a pause on that for last year, but for this year, you will likely see if you had more than $5,000 in income through one of those third-party apps, you will likely see a 1099K if it is over 5,000. We need those documents, and so we want to help you, process all those. Make sure that it's all business income, but that's what that is looking like this year. There's also, as of for 2025, there will be a new reporting form for any digital assets that you own. So there will be a new form 1099-DA standing for digital assets. So keep that in mind for any potential transactions you have in 2025. Also, if you had any student loan cancellation, there's probably millions of people who had student loans canceled. Student loan cancellation is typically taxable. If you had any student loan cancellation, also please let us know, because it is typically taxable. There are some exceptions, and we can go over those in your meetings, but those are typically taxable. EV credits. So if you bought an electric vehicle We need to know that too, because there was an option to either take this credit. It was up to a $7,500 credit. Um, and that's actually still active for a lot of cars. So if you still want to get a EV, you can still get a credit. I can tell you, all Teslas have been maxed out. There are no Tesla EV credits anymore. But look at the other cars, or let us know if you're looking at one, and we can help. But this payment does need to be reconciled if it is sent to the dealership. Let us know if that's the case, and we can help you. Also, another thing, very nuanced, but some of you might be in this position if you're taking care of parents or whatnot. Long-term care is now a premium tax deduction in these amounts. So this is if you have, let's say you have a parent who is over 60 and you're paying for their long-term care, you can get a $4,700 deduction for that. So let us know. Um, Credits. $1,200 credit. This was new as of 2023. That still stands this year for any home energy improvements. If you change doors, if you change windows, if you added insulation, if you bought any energy efficient appliances, this is a $1,200 credit that we want to take advantage of. So let us know if you did any of that. We'll ask the questions, but still want you to keep it on your mind. Child tax credit remains at $2,000 per child, and $500 for dependents that are 17 and older. So if you have a child that just turned 17, then also note that you're losing $1,500 this year because they turned 17. And if you had any kids that are in college, also let us know. We'll ask these questions, but keep it on your mind because we want to make sure we get you that tax credit as well. All right, so that's the biggest of it, the biggest chunk of things. If you have any more nuanced questions, please let us know. We're here to help. We're here to answer any and all questions that you have. But this just kind of gives you a rundown. So you will be getting you'll be getting a email to launch our app and the secure portal that's within it. So that is starting now. Then once you're in there, you can actually choose your date. Choose the date that you want your taxes done, that you want to get your documents to us. And then also, we have a tax return dashboard that updates you as we go on your tax return, which we think is very cool, going to keep you in the know. You can always message us at any time, but we wanted to make sure that we came across something that was very helpful for you. All right, so next up, you will get a email from us so that you can get access to the new app and therefore upload everything. You will also get a organizer link from us as well. We will have resources below for you to check out on kind of all the new changes. We'll have some of that stuff in the new app as well, in the new portal. And then also, if you have any questions, as you know, or if you have any questions about anything I just mentioned, or you have any special things that are going on this year, please let us know. As you know, please reach out to your dedicated tax manager. We are here to help you every step of the way to make this a seamless and stress-free tax season, and we cannot thank you enough for being amazing clients. So please let us know if you have any questions or if we can help you in any way. Be blessed. Look forward to serving you this tax season. Have a great one. Bye.